So India is forecast to be the third largest aviation market globally by 2030. Leading the charge is Indigo, the biggest airline by fleet operated and passengers carried. But what exactly is the secret sauce that surprisingly made Indigo profitable since year 1? I said surprisingly because 70% of airline companies in the world incur losses or become bankrupt. Consider the Indian market, where companies like Jet Airways and Kingfisher could not hit the skies for a long time. So how does Indigo stay profitable while giving out such affordable flight tickets? Let me answer this question in today's episode. Hello and welcome to the Boring Podcast. In plain English, a tri-weekly podcast explaining the juicy finance, marketing and business happenings here and there. In today's episode, I will talk about the king of the Indian aviation industry, Indigo. For airlines, the massive capital cost is that of aircraft. But in case of Indigo, one model that has been leveraged successfully is called the sale and leaseback model. In a sale and leaseback model, an airline acquires the aircraft at an attractive price, sells it to a lessor, ideally at a profit, and leases it back for its use. Let me explain it in simpler terms. In the case of Indigo, the aircraft manufacturer is Airbus. So Indigo goes to Airbus and places an order in bulk. Because this order is in large volume, Indigo gets an attractive discount. Later, Indigo sells the same aircraft to a lessor at the market price, making them a good profit. Indigo then leases the airplane from the lessor for its use. Say Indigo buys the aircraft that costs 10 rupees. It gets a discount of 3 rupees. It then sells it to a lessor at the market price, that is 10 rupees. The major catch here is the maintenance cost of the aircraft is now of the lessor. Secondly, Indigo gets several tax benefits as it does not have to pay for the asset appreciation cost of the airplane. And because its net profit decreases, so do the tax liability. Another huge expense for any aircraft company is the fuel. But because Indigo leases their aircraft for 5 to 8 years, they can replace their old ones with the more fuel efficient ones currently in the market. Withal, because Indigo uses the same A320 models of aircraft, the training cost is also reduced. While debating the training cost, Indigo prefers a female cabin crew because it reduces the weight. Apart from this, Indigo does not provide you with entertainment services, complimentary meals or business class seats. All these factors help cut costs by a large margin. For a market such as India that has seen several airline failures and the centerpiece of airline strategy is on the elements of cost, cash flow and capacity, airlines that get this right are poised to succeed. Indigo happens to be one such airline. Thank you all for listening to today's episode. I am Dion Cardoza and you are listening to The Boring Podcast. The Boring Podcast is available on streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcast and Google Podcast. So follow me on your favorite streaming platform. Until next time.